Hey there, everybody. Today I'm going to address my best practices for countdown. So you always have to start by going to the map, selecting your targeted loot by holding down H, and then once you've selected that, you're going to go back to the icon and hit G so that you can start matchmaking. I always recommend challenging for the matchmaking because it's great loot, but it's not incredibly difficult. Lastly, this is also going to be a great display of the protection from Elite's Heartbreaker build that I have available for you to view in my library of videos. So feel free to check that out if you want some details. Here, if you see this screen, it means your countdown is glitching, and most people are probably going to drop from your group. The hunters will eventually spawn in, but it usually takes just long enough that everybody drops the group, as you'll see here. So many people dropping immediately. This is a good example of what the Heartbreaker build can do with that protection from elites. And then on top of that, this is also the chance to show what a lot of even veteran players don't know, which is that if you use a melee against the hunter while they're healing, it will interrupt their heal. So you don't have to try to damage them to death right off the bat. You can just interrupt it like I just did, and then you get an easy kill out of it. So remember, melee will interrupt. The next thing you need to know is always go to the map again once you're in countdown so you can figure out where you want to go first, then last. I like to try to end in the middle of the map with a task. Here's more combat footage, but keep in mind, I consider there to be priorities. First priority is to do the shade and the hack, then the warhounds, and next after that I do the secure the area, but it's last on the list is the VIP, and the reason for that is twofold. One, because it typically takes the longest amount of time, and two, you can lose the encounter itself just by letting the VIP die. Moving on to the last subject, or close to, is the extraction. Make sure you play it safe in extraction. If you die, it's over. You don't get double the rewards for the requisition coin. Also, you know, if you're the first out there playing Rambo, it's very likely you're going to take all the abuse. So play it safe when you get in here. And then make sure when it comes to the actual extraction, your flare, don't shoot that flare off until there are 10 seconds left. This is where the most loot drops. That started in 16.1. The loot is no loot on the hunters at the start, very little loot in the first encounter, more loot on the second encounter, and then in extraction it's the most loot that's going to drop in the entire countdown. And so make sure you stick it out in here as long as you possibly can. And when you get to 10 seconds, shoot off that flare. In this group, unfortunately, we had someone that shot it off early. And so the last thing you need to do is make sure you go to this vendor right here at Rally Point Omaha and use those requisition coins to, in my case, typically buy an exotic, mostly for the sake of breaking it down and getting exotic materials. Hope this helps everybody, and have a great day. Thanks for your time.